We'll never sacrifice the will. We'll never look back on the world closing in beyond the attack with your wings on the wind. All the things will begin. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. And it's ours for the taking. It's ours for the fight. And it's sweet, sweet, sweet
As the party was started in Los Angeles, the 2024 World Champion Dodgers and their World Series MVP Freddie Freeman standing by with Heidi Watney.
Freddie, we return to the scene of the crime where you hit that epic walk-off in Game 1 of the World Series. I know it's May, but what are your emotions heading into this series?
No, it's just fun. We got a packed house for these next 3 games. We're looking forward to it, so hopefully we put on a good show.
Thanks, Freddie.
Thanks, Heidi.
Freddie Freeman takes his position at first base as the Dodgers take the field in this rematch against the Yankees. As much of a World Series rematch, it could be a World Series preview.
Absolutely, especially the way that both sides are trending towards now. A couple health issues on the Dodgers side, but nobody's going to feel sorry for them. And the Yankees is business as usual. They are trying to downplay it, Wayne, but I believe that both these locker rooms circled this matchup, and they're fired up for this one.
Well, we welcome those of you watching us live on X. We'll have this live stream up for the entire first inning as Tony Gonsolin is on the mound for the Dodgers tonight. It's a depleted pitching staff right now. Gonsolin had a blister issue a couple of starts ago. It's been rough his last 2 outings as he works his way back from Tommy John.
Yeah, his last 2 outings, he's carrying an 8 ERA. His first 3 starts, he was 2-0 with a 2 ERA. Very important for him to be able to throw that fastball because everything plays off the fastball, the split finger as well as the slider. Also, something I'm watching from Tony, the velocity. I want to see that velocity anywhere from 93 to 95 miles an hour. If not, he's going to have a difficult time navigating this Yankee talented lineup.
And StatCast powered by Google Cloud on that arsenal. We'll give you the Yankee lineup presented by BetMGM. Aaron Judge, one of 3 former MVP winners in the Yankee lineup, along with Cody Bellinger, won an MVP as a Dodger, and Paul Goldschmidt, the first baseman, was an MVP winner for the Cardinals in 2022. It's been a formidable lineup. They've scored a lot of runs even without Giancarlo Stanton for all of this year.
Oh, you know what? Uncle Ben, Mr. Rice has really stepped up, and Paul Goldschmidt has been absolutely resurging, has a chance to be comeback player of the year, as well as Trent Grisham been outstanding, especially in the leadoff spot.
We are underway in this heavyweight title matchup here tonight. The Dodgers and the Yankees here at Dodger Stadium. It was games 1 and 2 of the World Series here in Los Angeles, and it never came back as the Dodgers took a 3-0 lead in Game 3 in New York. The Yankees took Game 4 and the Dodgers put it away with that big comeback in Game 5. That resulted in some of that trash talking between the Dodgers and the Yankees. More on the Dodgers side after they won and they got to say whatever they wanted, as Aaron Judge put it.
Well, there's a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, especially after winning during the COVID years of 2020 and everybody around the city of Los Angeles talking about Mickey Mouse. And so they felt like once they won, especially going up against a talented team like the New York Yankees and the way they won, it felt like they vindicated 2020 as well.
It's 0-2 on Grisham as he skips out of the way on that pitch from Tony Gonsolin. Gonsolin really couldn't get a feel for his splitter in that start where he had that blister. It's better now, and Dave Roberts thinks Gonsolin's going to have a good outing here tonight. At least trying to will it into existence. They need one. The Dodgers bullpen has been beat up. Some of the starting pitchers, for that matter, as the Dodgers have gone through injury after injury so far this year.
Well, it seems like as an organization, Wayne, that this depth has been tested year after year, especially over the last couple seasons. So it's very important for some guys like Dustin May, Yamamoto, and Tony Gonsolin to just be able to post and take some pressure off that bullpen because they've been overused.
Grisham fouls it off on 2-2. It's been a nice start to the year for Grisham. He's hit a dozen home runs. His batting average much higher than usual. And he's worn out Gonsolin too. 7 hits in 15 at bats.
Grisham is not afraid to be able to hunt that fastball, especially without batting gloves, and just seems like he's comfortable in a Yankee uniform.
Bouncing ball draws Freeman away from first. Gonsolin goes to cover, and that's the first out of the ball game.
Talked about that split finger, Wayne, very important. And now they got the big man on campus coming to the plate.
Well, the biggest man on any campus. 6'7", 280, and a two-time MVP. Aaron Judge trying to join a very short list of three-time winners. Shohei Ohtani is one of them. Shohei trying to join an even shorter list of four-time winners. As Aaron Judge takes ball one, hitting .391 to start the year. He has 18 home runs. He has a 1227 OPS. He's on pace for the highest WAR since Babe Ruth. Yet Aaron Boone says, yeah, we haven't even seen the best of Judge yet this year. There's a strike to Judge. How's that possible?
You know what? It shocked me. You know what I mean? When he said it in a meeting, but, you know, Aaron Boone knows him best and says it's business as usual and you can't get him out. The problem is if you make a mistake, you're not getting that baseball back.
And there's a fly ball hit to center field, hit way back, and this one's not going to come back either. Aaron Judge starts off this World Series rematch with a blast.
Mama, there go that man again. What did I tell you? You make a mistake, especially when he's able to extend his arms. And a big guy like that, they want to extend their arms. As soon as that baseball was hit, he went to the big man part of that ballpark and hit it a ton. They are fired up on that side.
446 feet, a mammoth shot to straightaway center field. The 19th homer for Judge this year. Only Shohei has more with 20. All one to Cody Bellinger, the former Dodger and former National League MVP.
Dave Roberts had nothing but great things to say about Cody Bellinger. He says he's happy about his success. Just hope he struggles during these next couple days.
Bellinger has not struggled much against the Dodgers since leaving the Dodgers. Spending the last couple of years with the Cubs, nobody has hit the Dodgers better.
It's outside.
Close one there. Called a ball to Bellinger. Will Smith seems surprised. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bellinger with a .466 on base percentage against the Dodgers since leaving. That's the highest of any player against them in that time. Gonsolin, his former teammate, backs him away. 3 balls and a strike. It was quite a fall off for Bellinger as a Dodger. He has revived his career thanks to those 2 years in Chicago.
Look way up to the side.
Again, it's ball 4.
Right in the heart. And as soon as that ball was barreled, he understood that nobody was going to get to this baseball. And so Will Smith knew it was a mistake. Andy Paz just has no choice but to watch that ball fly very far. Got the gavel chain on too.
Here comes the Judge. It's Paul Goldschmidt at the plate now. We thought this game would feature the first ever matchup that involved 3 MVP winners in each batting order. The Yankees have their 3 in there: Judge, Bellinger, and Goldschmidt. The Dodgers have Ohtani and Freeman, but they're missing Mookie Betts in the lineup tonight thanks to a stubbed toe, robbing us of a little bit of a history tonight. Dodgers are waiting for more news about Mookie. They hope right now that he's just day-to-day.
Yeah, Mookie's still trying to find his footing offensively, but really has stepped up defensively in that shortstop position.
1 ball, 1 strike on Goldschmidt. As he lifts one out to right center field. This one will hold up for Andy Paz. And 2 away as Goldschmidt flies out.
That's the one thing I like about Tony Gonsolin. No matter what happens to him, he continues the pitch, he continues the battle, believes in his stuff, and so the velocity is right there where it needs to be. Just has to stay out of the heart of the plate, especially to a guy like Aaron Judge.
Maybe even to a guy like Ben Rice, who has hit 11 home runs this year. Aaron Boone says this guy can hit the ball as far and as hard as anyone on this Yankee roster. He's 3rd on their team in home runs right now with 11. And he lines this one to right field for a base hit. Bellinger takes second base as Rice singles, and it'll be Anthony Volpe up with 2 on.
Yeah, Rice, 10th in the American League in slug, 57% hard hit rate. That's 5th in all of baseball. So when he squares it up like you just saw, he can put the barrel to it. And so Aaron Boone raved about this young man, just about his work ethic. Came into spring training about 10, 15 pounds stronger. And so now you're starting to see the dividends of a young man playing with confidence.
Now the Yankees, who have a run in this first inning, will send Anthony Volpe to the plate. Volpe's had some big hits early on. He's second on their team in runs batted in. He's driven in 33. 17 doubles to go with a 246 average. It's going to be a longer first inning here for Gonsolin. Volpe slips this one toward the right field corner, pretty deep down that line, but foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on Volpe. You saw that clip earlier from Fight for Glory on Apple TV, the docuseries about the 2024 World Series. There was a lot of talk about dreams when it came to Freddie Freeman in the backyard and living out the ultimate childhood dream. Well, that's what Anthony Volpe does every day. He dreamed of being Derek Jeter, the shortstop for the Yankees, and you know, in some ways it's fascinating and improbable, and Volpe has made it happen.
Absolutely. And shouldering that responsibility to be at the shortstop position in any ball club, but it's a little bit different when you're with the Yankees.
1 ball, 1 strike, especially when you're from the Northeast and you're from the area and lived it and breathed it your whole life. You idolized Jeter, and now you have his position. I mean, it's really an incredible setting for Anthony Volpe, and he won a Gold Glove his rookie year, something not even Jeter did. Only 2 shortstops in history have. There's a strike from Gonsolin to even the count. Some traffic in this inning. Judge is homer. The Yankees have the early lead. Gonsolin trying to wiggle out with just 1 run allowed. He's got a full count now on Volpe. And the runners, Bellinger and Rice, will take off here.
Tony Gonsolin is still trying to find the release point, especially to the glove side. He'll set everything up, especially to the right-handed batter, the slider and then the fastball as well.
On 3-2, Volpe pops it up. An easy one for Teoscar Hernandez in right field, as Gonsolin settles for giving up the 1 run in the first. And what a one it was. Aaron Judge slugs one 446 feet, and this World Series rematch is underway at Dodger Stadium.
Upstate to the city where they got them bright lights. That's just New York. That's just New York. Every day is fight night, proving what your life like. That's
Judge says, your turn, champ.
That's what we all here for, baby. I love it.
Judge homered in his first at bat in this World Series rematch. Now Shohei Ohtani stands in. He not homer in the World Series. He was kind of bothered by that shoulder throughout the World Series last year, but he got his first ring. And now he hits one left center field. It's Judge 1, Ohtani 1.
How do you not love sports, Wayne? How's not baseball romantic? We're going to be here all night, Weezy. You ain't making that red eye. Greatness. Greatness. Simple as that.
It's that MVP swagger. It's Aaron Judge, and it's Shohei Ohtani. And a blast-off in the first inning in Game 1 in this World Series rematch.
The intensity is this a continuation, Wayne, of the World Series? You tell me both these sides have this matchup circled.
For Shohei, his 21st home run of the year already. He's at 14 in May. He's the only man ahead of Judge. Is he even a man? We're not even really sure.
Yeah, they're X-Men. Wow.
And ball 1 strike on Teoscar Hernandez. And for Max Fried, who's been close to unhittable this year with a 1.29 ERA. Well, that was quite a jolt. Only the 4th home run he's allowed.
And he's just trying to get settled into the ball game, but he understands who's at the plate. Missed right over the heart of the plate, and another chance for a big hitter to get his arms extended.
And Teoscar Hernandez, a pretty big hitter in his own right, flips one to right. It's Judge in fair ground to make the catch. The immediate answer from Judge to Shohei.
As soon as that ball was barreled, I looked at Grisham to see how much room he had. He gave 2 glances and then held up, and all of a sudden we got a tie ball game, just like that.
Will Smith, the catcher for the Dodgers, he's been outstanding offensively to start the year. 457 on base percentage for Smith as he takes ball 1, and Jeremy Rehak, home plate umpire, goes out to deliver a new baseball to Fried.
Yeah, the intensity's so loud right now in this stadium. The pitch comm is starting to mess up.
Might be a pitch comm issue here for Fried, so straighten that out. The Dodger lineup brought to you by BetMGM with Shohei leading off. Already has 60 runs scored in this season. That is ridiculous.
I mean, this the impact daily, and we talked about it in the open, not only at the power department, but his ability to run and get himself in scoring position, just a weapon at the top of the lineup.
He's on pace for a number of runs scored in a season, over 170 that we have not seen since Babe Ruth. What a shot from the spectacular Shohei in the first inning tonight.
And along with Aaron Judge, you can't ask for a better swing, a better pass on the baseball, especially when the ball's middle.
2 balls, no strikes on Will Smith. Ask you this as a pitcher. Well, you get ripped up here on the first swing of the game. How do you get yourself back together?
Well, it's 0-0, and you don't want to allow the game to get away from you, and so you have to refocus, because both these lineups have very deep lineups that continue to come after you, and all of a sudden you give up a big number and you're out of the game. So you have to continue to battle and really just find your release point. You can see Gonsolin struggling in that first inning after that home run, and then all of a sudden right now Max Fried, who's been absolutely outstanding, struggling with it as well.
Fried has allowed 2 runs or fewer, 2 earned runs or fewer in each of his 11 starts so far. As the first Yankee to do that at the beginning of the season. A 1.29 ERA, 7-0. The Yankees have won all but one of his starts. He has been truly exceptional. And in the first year on a big contract, a lot of times we see guys struggle with that transition, but not Max Fried. As that breaking ball misses to Smith, and it's 3-2.
Where Aaron Boone raved about his competitive nature, but he's also a guy that's great in the locker room, and so he's already won this locker room over. So every time he's on the mound, they expect to win the ball game.
Verlander on that list, and Buzz Capra on that list. 3-2. And Smith fouls one back. Fried is from the area, went to Harvard Westlake High School. He was actually born the day after the Northridge earthquake. His parents had to drive around to find an operational hospital for his birth. And he ended up at Harvard Westlake with Jack Flaherty and Lucas Giolito, who they all went there together, and Pete Crow Armstrong came later, and he's on his way to superstardom, it looks like, as well. 3-2 on Smith, and a liner is caught by Orby Vivas.
Vivas did an outstanding job timing that jump perfectly. Sometimes the ball's directly at you. Oftentimes you jump too early. Vivas is an outstanding athlete. Good baseball.
Here's Freddie Freeman, the World Series MVP. You thought this place was rocking when Shohei went deep a few minutes ago. Think about how loud it was the moment when Freddie connected against Nestor Cortez, sent one out into the seats, and this place was maybe the loudest it's ever been. What a shot of this blue heaven at Dodger Stadium. The ball's 2 strikes on Freeman, who did not even have an extra base hit in the division series or the championship series, battling his ankle. And then Gibson-esque with his home run. Freddie met Gibby on that night here at Dodger Stadium in Game 1 of the World Series. Then he set a World Series record with his 12 RBIs. Check swing keeps him alive. Truly an iconic moment in World Series history.
Absolutely, Wayne. Being able to get to that fastball off of Nestor Cortez, and as soon as he barreled it, he knew it was game over. Absolutely sweet swing, and when it's all said and done for his career, I believe he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best bat-to-ball skills in the game's history.
He's not slowing down as he gets older either. He's hitting .359 this year. He's the active career leader in hits. He's 35 years old. He'll be 36 later this season. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one to the backstop from Fried. Of course, Fried and Freeman know each other pretty well from their time with the Atlanta Braves.
Tough matchup, lefty on lefty, but Freddie Freeman has made a calling card to be able to hit lefties. And if you're Max Fried, you're just trying to resettle, calm your nerves down, get your pulse back, execute a pitch.
Swing and a miss. He executes that one, blowing 97 by Freeman to end the first. Aaron Judge delivered in the top of the first. Shohei Ohtani had the answer in the home half.
The West Coast. This the West Side, LA, Hollywood, San Pedro, and Van Nuys, Pasadena, Santa Ana to Anaheim. The West. This
Second inning at the Ravine, and it's 1-1 for the Yankees and the Dodgers. As Austin Wells lines one out to right, it's deep. Hernandez has it over his head, and it is gone. A home run right into the front row. Austin Wells lines one out, and the Yankees get the lead back. Solo homers abound early on.
Austin Wells hunting the fastball. As soon as he saw it right over the middle of the plate, he did not miss it. He's a sneaky hitter in that Aaron Boone lineup. They put him down there, and he's very aggressive early in the count.
It's the 9th home run for Austin Wells, who earlier this year became the first catcher in Major League history to hit a leadoff home run on opening day. There's a leadoff home run in the second inning today. Now fly ball to left center from Yorbit Vivas. Pages going back out for it. He runs it down on the warning track.
Yeah, Will Smith wants this down and away, and it was away, but Wells got on top of that just enough. I felt like that ball could have been 2 more ball lengths off, and he would have rolled over, but as soon as he barreled it, it had a chance and barely got over. Still counts. Yankees up 2-1.
So Tony Gonsolin has given up home runs in back-to-back innings here. The 3rd start in a row for Gonsolin, where things have been shaky. Allowed 4 runs against the Angels 2 outings ago. Another 4 here so far tonight, or 4 rather against the Mets in his last start. Now 2 so far tonight. So 10 runs in the last 3 starts for Gonsolin. He was better in his first few outings coming back from Tommy John surgery than he's been lately. This is Oswald Peraza playing third base, at least for now. Jazz Chisholm is working his way back. And Gonsolin's behind him 3-0. He still doesn't look very comfortable tonight either.
Just not sharp with the fastball command, and you can sense some of the body language from him that he's still fighting it, the release point, and really just some mechanics, and he's just trying to find it. And I've been in that position, Wayne. It's very difficult to still compete at a high level. But you're frustrated with yourself because not only you're getting beat, but there's a lot of 3-ball counts, a lot of elongated counts, just because you're just not sharp.
So 3 balls and a strike now on Peraza. Back to the top of the order next. And Gonsolin gets back into a full count.
Good job by Gonsolin to be able to battle back into the count.
He lost him. It's a walk to the number 9 batter, Peraza. And the Yankees have another man on base. That's 5 of the 9 to start, and have reached base safely for New York. And 2 walks from Gonsolin, a guy who normally is fairly pinpoint. More walks this year as he continues to work through whatever issues he's had coming back, and again just doesn't seem like he's comfortable. All one to Trent Grisham. It was 2022 when Gonsolin had his breakout year. He was 16-1 as he made the All-Star team. He's been a winner in a Dodger uniform. 36-12 his career record. He's 21-6 at home. He's down 2-1 here thanks to a couple of home runs. And now Trent Grisham sends one out to right. This is deep. Hernandez back, and that ball is gone. It's the 3rd Yankee homer in the first 2 innings, and it's Trent Grisham to make it 4-1 New York.
Yeah, Wayne, we continue to see Grisham with that pull side power. And if you make a mistake not only with the fastball, but the off speed, if he's able to barrel it and pull it, it's going to be trouble. And right now, you're just seeing the Yankee lineup flex their muscle. This is why they're one of the best offenses in all of baseball. Very deep lineup to navigate.
They've hit 91 home runs as a team. That's the most in the majors. Grisham's hit 13. That's already close to a career high. Judge in his second time up. It's a chopper to 3rd. It's Kike Hernandez with a low throw that Freeman digs out to retire Judge.
Yeah, this is a split change, and he shows the athletic ability to abbreviate that swing. He saw the hump. He didn't chase it. He didn't rush it like a fastball. He just gave a half swing, and as soon as he barreled that baseball, Wayne, once again, another homer for the Yankees.
2 outs and the base is empty. It's Bellinger who's drawn a walk. 3 home runs off of Tony Gonsolin in the first 2 innings.
Watching Tony Gonsolin, it just looks like he's getting on the side of the baseball, and so right now the command, not only the fastball but the off-speed pitches, is tough for him right now.
And 5 homers allowed in the last 3 outings for Tony Gonsolin. Missed all of last year because of Tommy John surgery. As Bellinger bounces one foul. Dodgers announced today, and another of their pitchers, Evan Phillips, needs Tommy John as well.
Told him I was praying for him, man. Really good guy, a really good locker room guy, and a big weapon to lose down there in the back end of that bullpen in Evan Phillips.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Bellinger. Hits this one sharply out to right, but Teoscar Hernandez has it to end the inning. Couple more Yankee homers. The Bronx Bombers have arrived in Los Angeles. Austin Wells led off the inning with a shot, and Trent Grisham's 2-run homer gives the Yankees a 4-1 lead.
Giants, home of the Jets, home of the Yankees, home of the Mets. Try to disrespect because of rep. You best to protect your neck, no respect.
MGM. We've already seen the 2 reigning MVPs go deep in this game. The pair have the best odds to repeat as AL and NL MVP. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani are generational talents. Judge on pace to put up the 4th highest single-season WAR ever by a position player. Ohtani is on pace to score 171 runs. That's a total not seen since Babe Ruth in 1921. Wayne?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. They continue to just run up numbers that seem improbable. And yet it's year in and year out. And think about it, if Judge wins the AL MVP again this year, it'll be 5 straight years that the American League MVP will either have been Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge.
Well, you know what? You're just seeing this, the talent and the strength. And really, it seems like year after year, they continue to raise their level of play and their standard of being impactful.
Andy Pages rolls one to third base. Peraza handles it and throws out Pages one away in the bottom of the second. It's never happened before in Major League history that the same two players in back-to-back years, in the same back-to-back years, won the respective MVP awards. If Judge and Ohtani repeat as MVPs this year, they'll be the first to do it. Can't think of a better duo to have done it than those two.
Well, you're starting to look at Magic and Bird, you know, the little rivalry of bi-coastal and guys that are in their prime and have a great deal of respect for each other, being impactful in the same but different ways. We talked about it in open. Shohei Ohtani showing equal power, but also showing the ability to speed, and really this Aaron Judge being one of those hitters that are just feared, and it feels like a Barry Bonds type fear where if you pitch to him, you got to be careful or he can win the game by himself.
You say Magic's name and he appears.
Yeah, that's the big man. Love seeing him around the stadium, man. Always has a smile and always a great conversation and great knowledge as well.
Magic Johnson in the house here tonight at Dodger Stadium. We saw Adam Sandler earlier. There's a line drive, fair over third. Peraza couldn't grab it. And it's a base hit for Tommy Edman, making his way to second. He has a one-out double.
He's been outstanding wearing in a Dodger uniform, just the way that he covers the baseball. It doesn't matter right-handed or left-handed, and really defensively. He's a Swiss Army knife for Dave Roberts. Max Fried trying to throw that cutter inner half, but left it up. And I love this swing. Head down through the baseball, just throws the knob right through it. Nice piece of hitting.
A really solid player from both sides of the plate. He gets it done. That ball off the glove of Peraza. As Edman ends up with a double. Here is Kike Hernandez playing third base tonight. Fried is a former Gold Glove winner, and he's being called, I believe, for a balk. Fried kind of hitched that leg, it looked like, and home plate umpire Jeremy Riak says it's just the third balk in Fried's career.
Yeah, did not break his hands in time as he's rolling over that leg, and it almost seemed like he got stuck. Might have had a play on from the catcher. All of a sudden, Max Fried is still looking in, and wrong foot being able to turn over that rubber. Very important.
Yeah, it wasn't a very smooth movement there from Fried. It was kind of a fractured movement. Now the runner trying to score on a ground to third, and Peraza will throw to first for the out. So Edman comes home. The balk ends up costing the Yankees a run here as Edman scores, and it's 4-2 as Hernandez gets an RBI.
Yeah, playing the game within the game, and if you saw Tommy Edman run inside that line, trying to take the angle away, and Yankees have to take the easy one at first base, but I feel like both of these offenses today, it's going to be back and forth all day, and it's the pitcher's job to be able to try to throw some zeros and really just settle the ball game for the defense.
Unusual defensive mistake by Max Fried, who has won 3 Gold Gloves, and he leads the majors in pickoffs since his major league debut. He has had 32 career pickoffs.
He's got a good one, so you better stay close at first base. Has that hanging move where he really just holds up at there, showing athleticism. This is a tough matchup for Conforto, lefty on lefty, especially the way Max Fried not only has the velocity of that fastball, but a nasty slider as well.
Michael Conforto getting a start in left field tonight against the lefty Fried, largely because of the injury to Mookie Betts, but Conforto has a base hit against Fried. Dave Roberts pushing that button, paying off here early. It's a 2-out single.
Take that, D-Train. I like that. You know, he's starting to feel better about himself. I thought he had some good swings in Cleveland, and all of a sudden, that's that sweet swing. Looked at a bigger breaking ball down in the zone and didn't get it all the way out to the outside part of the plate, and Conforto stayed on it and has caught enough of it at the edge of the bat.
So a base hit for Conforto brings up Miguel Rojas, getting the start at shortstop tonight. The ground ball to third over the bag. It's backhanded by Peraza. The long throw across retires Rojas. Dodgers get one back. It's 4-2 Yankees after 2. Magic approved here in the first inning tonight. We saw some baseball magic and history in that first inning, with both MVP winners from the previous season homering in the first inning in the same game. It has never happened before. And isn't that something we say all the time when it comes to Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani? They continue to do things that have never happened before.
You know what? That's why they're so impactful and so much a joy to watch.
The fly ball right from Goldschmidt. That's deep, and that ball is gone. Well, another former MVP has hit one out. Paul Goldschmidt to the opposite field, and the ball is flying out of LA tonight.
I've never seen this baseball fly like that, especially to right field. It seems like every time that ball is barreled to right, you're seeing Teoscar Hernandez's whole name, and he's just trailing back, and that ball is flying out today.
I know that Yankee home run song in the dugout.
Yeah, they're fired up.
Fourth home run off of Gonsolin.
And when that happens, Wayne, giving up multiple home runs in the ball game, all of a sudden that plate gets very small, and now all of a sudden you're trying to make the perfect pitch every time to avoid contact. So hopefully Tony Gonsolin continues to be aggressive within the zone. That's the only way you're going to be able to shut them down.
There's actually one game in Gonsolin's career in which he gave up 5 home runs. It was his last start in 2023 before it was revealed that he needed Tommy John surgery. As Ben Rice hits it hard and through, it's a base hit off the glove of Edman. As the Yankees keep it going here, Rice is 2 for 2, and it's good as Goldschmidt here in the top of the third for New York.
You know what? This is old school Paul Goldschmidt. He's always been able to show the ability to hit the ball with authority to the opposite field. He recognizes the breaking ball mid-flight. It's a breaking ball up, head down through the baseball, and I'll tell you what, in my opinion, he's another one that can have a chance to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when it's all said and done.
He should get a long look. He's won an MVP. He has 4 Gold Gloves. Here's a one-hopper off the bat of Volpe.
Nice.
And around the horn, the Dodgers turn 2.
Nice, excellent feed by Kike Hernandez. Got to start, if you're Tony Gonsolin, you've got to start being able to get ground balls. Stay out of the air. It's as simple as that. Nice little receive right there, and I love that. That starts it all. Edman fires a strike over there, and you've got to be able to start getting ground balls and letting your team settle into the game.
And there's a strike to Austin Wells, who lined a home run out his first time. 4 Yankee home runs in the first 3 innings. And these are the 2 most powerful teams in baseball. Entering tonight, separated by 1 home run. The Yankees with 88, the Dodgers with 87. And now New York has added 4 to its total. The Dodgers have hit 1. We've seen at least 1 run in each half inning so far. And Austin Wells sends one to the right field corner, but it is foul as it hooks out of play. That had home run distance by a lot.
Tell you what, continue to miss up. That's what's going to happen, especially with these lineups. But this is a situation where being able to show the ability to throw inner half to make them conscious will help Tony Gonsolin. But right now, they just don't fear him inner half.
Skipped that one in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Wells. As Gonsolin makes his way back into this Dodger rotation. Clayton Kershaw recently returned, but outside of Yamamoto, who has been excellent, they've been trying to figure it out without some of the guys they thought they would have, including Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki, all on the IL, plus all the relievers that are hurt.
Especially in a gauntlet where you're playing about 3 weeks worth of ball games against teams that are over 500. And regardless if they're over 500 or not, it's a World Series across that diamond when you're going up against the Dodgers. And so they understand that everybody is coming to play, especially in Dodger Stadium, one of the great cathedrals in all of baseball. Every team they go up against is going to be fired up to try to knock them off.
Dodgers bullpen has worked more than any other so far this year. They lead the majors in innings pitched, and as Tony Gonsolin has gotten knocked around here tonight, Dave Roberts might have to start thinking about who else is available to pitch tonight, although the Dodger bullpen quiet right now. Full count on Wells, and it's another walk, the third issued by Gonsolin. StatCast powered by Google Cloud as the Yankees have teed off against Gonsolin so far.
Well, look at the misses right there. They're right in the heart of the plate, and so regardless if it's the four-seam, curveball, or splitter, you just can't make those mistakes. You need to be a couple ball lengths down to try to get these ground balls and allow the hitters just to see the top half of the baseball.
Norbert Vivas fly to center field his first time, playing second base tonight. Yankees have DJ LeMahieu back, and it's been sort of a platoon between Vivas and LeMahieu. Jazz Chisholm could be back soon. That might move Peraza into that second base mix once that occurs. One ball, one strike on Vivas.
See, I don't mind that fastball, though, if you're Tony Gonsolin. Now, if you can throw one for a strike, then the hitters will start to honor it. But you can tell by Vivas, he's like, nah, he's not going back up in there, and I'm going to continue to look away or something soft.
And he gets hit by the pitch. So it's another base runner. 17 Yankees have come to the plate, and 10 have reached safely. Mark Pryor, the Dodgers pitching coach, heads to the mound, hoping Gonsolin can get through this inning here with the number 9 batter, Oswald Peraza, coming up.
Well, that's the one thing that Mark Pryor can do, and that's his weapon on that coaching staff. He's a calming presence and someone that's pitched over a great career and overcome adversity. Yeah, that's a breaking ball that Tony Gonsolin just overcooked and caught Vivas right there on the shin guard.
So the Yankees, if it weren't for the double play off the bat of Volpe, this could turn into a big inning anyway. But now, with 2 outs, Peraza will be the batter. And for the Dodgers, you think about what's behind Peraza, third time around in the order already in this game. Grisham's already hit a home run. He's on deck. Judge homered in the first inning. He follows Grisham. The Dodgers within striking distance here now, but have to avoid a big inning here.
Yeah, you can't allow this game to get away, and it can from one swing of the bat. And you've already seen how this ballpark is playing thus far. Can't make any more mistakes if you're Tony Gonsolin.
Peraza walked and scored. He came home on Grisham's 2-run homer. Good pitch there. Might be one of the better offerings we've seen here from Gonsolin.
Peraza trying to ambush a fastball, and he got an off speed, and so for the first time in a couple of batters, he's ahead in the count.
Another good pitch there. He's ahead 0-2 now.
Peraza looking for another off-speed pitch, and excellent sequence and game call. Dismissed the spot.
He's had him swung and missed on back-to-back splitters. So Gonsolin goes back to it here. And he does to get strike 3 called to Peraza. It's the first strikeout for Tony Gonsolin tonight. He's given up 4 home runs. On the other side, Shohei's hit 1 too, and he will be batting in the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV Plus, presented by Verilux Lenses. Alongside Dontrell Willis and Heidi Watney, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and what a sight it is here near downtown LA at Dodger Stadium. Talking about a baseball cathedral. It's the 3rd oldest ballpark in the majors. It has seen so many incredible moments, and Shohei Ohtani seems to add to that list of moments almost every day here in LA.
Outside.
His 21st home run of the season tonight. Mentioned that Shohei and Judge both homering in the first inning, reigning MVPs to homer in the same game, let alone the same inning. It only happened once before in June of 2003 when Barry Bonds did it for the Giants and Miguel Tejada for the A's.
coming into this ball game, though, you knew something electrical was going to happen. We had this date circled, and like I said, I know both sides did as well, and so it has not disappointed for the action side of it.
Of course, Judge and Shohei added a little flair to it, homering in their first at-bats in the same inning of the first game they play against each other this year since last year's World Series, which was unique in its own right, having MVPs playing against each other in the World Series. It was the first time it had happened since 2012. 3 balls and a strike on Shohei, but in terms of transcendent players matching up in the World Series, it's pretty rare. Mickey Mantle and Willie Mays matched up a couple of times in the World Series over the years. Ted Williams and Stan Musial got together once in the World Series. It's a strike, and it's 3-2 on Ohtani, who matched up with Judge in last year's World Series. And the way these two teams look right now, they could match up again. The Dodgers and Yankees do have some precedents playing each other in back-to-back World Series before.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised if they match up once again, and especially with the drawing that went on this offseason, add a little more pizzazz to this rivalry. But both sides respect each other, I think, in the end, and understand that if we ultimately want to win a championship, the roads have to go through each other.
Now 3-2, Shohei gets punched out on a big fastball from Max Fried.
See what I mean about the competitive nature about Max Fried being able to say, you got me the first inning, but right now I'm going to sequence it. And what he did was he pitched backwards, tried to use the cutters, got on the side of that one, but still had enough velocity to tie him up, and Shohei just recognizing that it was going to be a strike a little bit too late.
Shohei has handled Fried pretty well in the past 4 for 7 now with a couple of home runs, putting the homer here tonight. Teoscar Hernandez batting in that number 2 spot that's usually occupied by Mookie Betts. A stub toe is what the Dodgers are calling, and they hope Betts is back sooner than later. A toe injury derailed Aaron Judge and the Yankees a couple of years ago, and that injury occurred here at Dodger Stadium for Judge.
You saw that lasting effect of him being injured, but as soon as he got healthy, man, he's been on a tear.
1 strike on Teoscar Hernandez, who flied to right his first time. It's 2 balls and a strike. For more on Mookie, here's Heidi.
Yeah, Mookie Betts came in today. He called Dave Roberts this morning, said his toe was hurting him. He had a fluoroscope x-rays this afternoon. They're still waiting for those results, but Dave Roberts told me he is not available for this game today.
2 balls, 1 strike on Hernandez. He lines one out toward the gap in right center field. This one will split the outfielders. Or will it? Aaron Judge caught it.
The big man getting on his horse, Wayne. Excellent angle, excellent jump off the bat, and really it was the jump that got him. Teo thought he had extra bases. Grisham is looking at Aaron Judge like that's your ball. And the big man showing some athleticism. Got to put him in the NBA playoffs moving like that.
6'7". He can lay out and cover more ground sideways than anybody. He robs Teoscar Hernandez of what looked like a sure extra base hit.
I ain't gonna lie, Wayne, that gavel pendant is tight. That's cool, man. We need to get some ice up here. We're doing well at Apple TV. We need to get a couple pendants. We'll get you a chain that says Wheezy on it. You know what I mean?
Talk to your guy.
Oh, I'm going to talk to him all right. Let's believe that.
2 outs with Will Smith at the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike down. Smith, who lined out to Vivas, who made a leaping catch in the first. As the sun sets here in Southern California, get the great shots. Those cotton candy skies here at Dodger Stadium, the mountains in the background. What a sight it is on a Friday night. With summer arriving soon. And the Dodgers and the Yankees under the bright lights.
Arriving soon, Wayne. Summer was here the way we was breathing on that field.
It's a hot one earlier today.
What a beautiful shot.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Will Smith. I got you operating that drone up here.
And if that was me, we'd have to go back to Radio Shack or wherever they got it from. Yeah, excellent shot. So I love that, and just shows us the gravity of the matchup, man. This felt like this place was sold out right when we were doing the Open.
Bouncing ball. It's Volpe, the former Gold Glove winner. Grab it and retire spin. Well, what can't these MVPs do? On Aaron Judge with a layout in right center field, robbing Teoscar Hernandez of extra bases.
It's time for a stage manager interview here with Dave Roberts. Dave, they're taking some aggressive swings against Tony Gonsolin. What are you seeing from him?
I think tonight it's just everything's up. I think that last inning he got some curveballs to the bottom of the zone, but you know right now the fastball's been up, the breaking ball has been up, as you saw the homer from Goldie, the split's been up. So we got to find a way to get the ball down.
Two reigning MVPs in Judge and Shohei Ohtani trading blows early on. How difficult is it to game plan against Aaron Judge?
It is. I think that with Aaron, you got to try not to let him beat you with guys on base. Try to keep guys off base in front of them. You got to sequence. You got to change locations. You can't repeat. And obviously, a guy like that who can drive the ball out any part of the ballpark, he's tough, and he's reigning MVP for a reason. But yeah, to see Shohei go blow to blow with them is obviously fun for everyone.
Yeah, he can catch it out there too for Judge. Thanks, Dave.
Trent Grisham grounds out to Tommy Edman, and Aaron Judge will step right back up to the plate that he homered from in the top of the first.
Yeah, I thought that breaking ball was better, and as Dave Roberts was talking about, it's simple. You just got to be able to miss down, Hopefully get some confidence, and he's going to need it, especially when he continues to attack Aaron Judge.
Home run number 19 for Aaron Judge this year. He's second now in the American League behind Seattle's Cal Raleigh, with his 20th homer tonight. Shohei has hit 21. The Judge has hit 50 home runs in a year 3 times, and he's on pace for a 4th, which would tie the all-time record in that category. He was thinking about number 20 right there.
Excellent sequence, though. They slow him down with the breaking ball. He allows that one, then all of a sudden they rush him up with the fastball.
The ball's 2 strikes. The Judge takes ball 1. He already has made Major League history in total bases, 157, the most ever before the 1st of June. And Aaron Judge even has the attention of Dodger fans here tonight as he calls time and gets settled here with a count 1 ball 2 strikes.
He's just a marvel to watch. I mean, especially a guy of that size, but still has elite athletic ability to make adjustments at the plate.
Hitting .392 to start the year. And he waits and misses on a good splitter from Tony Gonsolin.
That might have been the best splitter you've seen over the last 2 starts by Tony Gonsolin. That was tunneled just like his fastball. The arm swing was excellent. And that ball, the bottom of it dropped out. Nobody in baseball is going to be able to cover that pitch. Excellent sequence by Tony Gonsolin, and hopefully they can give him some rhythm to be able to get him out like that.
We've seen Judge and Ohtani both homer tonight. We've seen them both now strike out as Cody Bellinger golfs one into the right field corner foul. Homecoming for Bellinger, a National League MVP winner in a Dodger uniform. It's a homecoming too to be a Yankee. His dad was one, 1999 through 2001. Clay Bellinger, a utility player, ended up a couple of those World Series teams. And Bellinger flips one toward left field, backing up Conforto to make the catch. 1-2-3 inning, the first tonight for Gonsolin.
Time for another stage manager interview here with Aaron Boone. 4 home runs already from your squad. It's almost like they're swinging in anger. What are the emotions like for this one coming off the World Series loss?
I don't think there's. Look, it's just great playing in this environment with 2 great teams. So it's not much more than that. And then some good at bats where guys have got some pitches and done some damage with.
We've seen the 2 reigning MVPs trading blows early in this one. I asked Dave Roberts a similar question about preparing for Judge. What's it like game planning against Shohei Ohtani?
tough. You gotta execute. At the highest level when you're facing guys like that. Obviously, he hurt us there with a big one in the first inning, jumping on a first pitch. Looked like the sinker got up a little bit, but Max settled in and I thought really executed well against him the next time. But it's always a challenge.
Thanks, Aaron.
Freddie Freeman has a base hit off his former teammate Max Fried. What a picture it is at first base to see Freddie Freeman reunite with Paul Goldschmidt. As Andy Pajes stands in here and hits a grounder to short right at Volpe. Flips it to second for one, over to first two. It's a double play.
And that's something Max Fried has been excellent about, being able to produce ground balls 50% of the time. He's fifth in all of baseball, being able to produce ground balls. And so even when he has traffic, live low, live long is a term. Trust your defense, be able to get ground balls. And it's really deflating, especially double plays like this.
2 outs, the base is empty. Freeman and Goldschmidt, probably the 2 best first basemen of their era, maybe in the post-Albert Pujols world, as Freddie and Goldschmidt both have, I think, a candidacy for the Hall of Fame. Maybe Freeman's a little bit larger right now than Goldschmidt's, but very quietly, Paul Goldschmidt's put together a great career, and for a while, I think Freeman was quietly putting together a Hall of Fame career.
Absolutely. 7 All-Star games for Paul Goldschmidt, 8, I believe, for Freddie Freeman. You want to talk about MVPs on both sides, and so that's why they have so much respect, and really just 2 of the good guys in all of baseball. You never hear a bad word about either of these guys, and when they're locked in, man, they can carry a team. And so it's nice to see Paul Goldschmidt have his little resurgence in a Yankee uniform. Had a down year with the Cardinals, but right now it looks like he's healthy and playing very well. And Freddie Freeman's just business as usual. Continues to hit over 300 every single season and knocking guys. And so you look at the hits, the home runs, the MVPs, the WARs. Man, it's almost like they're mirroring each other.
Yeah.
So I think both these men, when it's all said and done, are going to be going to Cooperstown.
Goldschmidt's 37 now. Freeman will be 36 this year. 15 All-Star games between the 2 of them. As Tommy Edman chases for strike 3. Well, Max Fried has settled in after giving up that home run to Shohei to start the game. It's 5-2 Yankees after 4.
Slide out the garage. I got 100 cars just for the underdogs. Straight out the garage.
That was a preview of LA's own Roddy Ricch and his new song Underdog, which is featured in F1 the movie and part of F1 the album, the official soundtrack for the movie. You can pre-add that on Apple Music. Right now, the cut by Goldschmidt leading off here in the 5th inning. Tony Gonsolin still firing after 4 home runs allowed in the first 3 innings tonight. This is the 3rd time this year already the Yankees have hit that many home runs that early in a game. Paul Goldschmidt hit 1 his last time. Fly ball to left center field here with Andy Pajes putting that away. As you'd expect, hitting that many home runs usually leads to a win. The Yankees have not lost a game this year in which they've homered at least 4 times, but there's still a long way to go here tonight.
Absolutely, especially how powerful these lineups are on both sides. The game is definitely not over, but with Max Fried on the mound, and he looks like he's starting to be able to command the baseball, it's going to be tough sledding for the Dodgers, so they got to be able to put up some zeros to settle in.
1 out here in the 5th as Ben Rice bats. A couple of base hits for Rice as the designated hitter today. So play some first base sometimes. He can still catch too. The Yankees really have 3 catchers on their roster right now if you include Rice. Austin Wells getting most of that time behind the plate. 2 balls, no strikes here on Rice. Rice was a 12th round pick out of Dartmouth. Kind of under the radar, but he was the Yankees minor league player of the year 2 years ago. Got some big league time last year, and now he's starting to break out from the left side of the plate for New York. 3 balls, no strikes here on Rice.
And you know what that is, Wayne? That's what that loud contact has done, and all of a sudden Rice is up, and you're like, man, I can't miss anywhere, and it takes away really from your aggression to attacking the strike zone. good pitch.
Ball to strike. Rice will have to return to home plate.
Gave a little Charlie Hustle out of that box for the first couple of steps, huh, Wayne? Good fastball on the glove side. Stayed true. Well received. Right on the plate.
He's went to Dartmouth, you know. He's used to outsmarting people.
Hey, I don't blame him.
Couldn't pull one over the home plate umpire there. 3 balls and 1 strike. Rice hits a chopper to Freeman at first. 2 up, 2 down. Time for a studio update. So we send it down to Heidi Watt.
Yeah, we have an Apple Sports update for you. Padres hosting the Pirates. It's Luis Ariz. The hit and run is on, and he makes contact like he does. It's a double off Mitch Keller. Fernando Tatis Jr. scores to tie the game at 2. Ariz would come around to score. Padres lead at 3-2 in the 8th.
The Padres have had some hiccups, but they're right behind the Dodgers. Only 2 back right now in the National League West.
You know that West is going to be a gauntlet, especially the way the Giants came out. The Diamondbacks have faltered.
Diamondbacks bullpen has been a big problem. That's why they faltered. San Francisco, though, is held tight. There's still a lot of games left between the Dodgers, Giants, and Dodgers Padres as you see the second half schedule.
That's going to be fun, but the one thing I've seen from Tony Gonsolin, he's gone out the stretch. He's made an adjustment to take away from the windup. He feels like he can be more square to the plate, and so right now, so far, over the last couple of batters, he's made an adjustment.
He's retired 6 in a row. Two balls, no strikes on Volpe, who hit into a double plays last time. 2 balls, 1 strike now.
Sometimes during the course of a matchup, you have to make these in-game adjustments. If you feel better going out of the stretch, you feel better with rhythm, then you have to do it.
2 balls and 2 strikes. By Anthony Volpe. So Tony Gonsolin has started to right the ship. 7 straight retired, back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. F1 the movie is a new action-packed film from the team behind Top Gun Maverick, starring Brad Pitt as Sonny Hayes, a racing legend coaxed out of retirement to lead a struggling Formula One team and mentor a young hotshot driver, all while chasing one more chance at glory. It's a cinematic experience like no other that must be seen and experienced on the big screen. See F1 the movie in theaters and IMAX nationwide June 27th. Tickets are on sale now. And there's the producer.
The legend.
Jerry Bruckheimer's here.
Love all that movies. You know that movie gonna be fire when you see that lightning bolt hit that tree right there. That's his little logo. You know it's gonna be good, baby.
This guy's 81 years old. Can you believe that?
That looks good.
It's unbelievable. Here's Kike Hernandez taking ball 1. Well, a city of stars indeed. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani have displayed their stardom here tonight. They've each homered in front of Magic Johnson and Adam Sandler and Jerry Bruckheimer and Mary Hart too. Heard Mary Hart watches the Dodger pregame show every time Dontrell Willis is on.
I appreciate that. There go Rob Lowe, big baseball fan.
Baseball Hall of Famer Dave Winfield as well.
That's a bad man right there. He'd have been in the Hall of Fame for football or basketball. It didn't matter.
Kike Hernandez with a liner to left field. In comes Cody Bellinger to make the catch. So 1 out. Max Fried gave up a home run to the first batter, Shohei, in front of this big crowd. A jolt of energy here at Dodger Stadium. But he has really calmed things from the Yankee side.
You talked about what do you do when you give up a home run? Well, you continue to battle, and that's where the competitive nature, and he has the stuff to pair with it as well. And so right now he seems to be able to have his release point down and sequencing as well.
Michael Conforto takes a low strike. And it's 0-1. Fried has been outstanding. Everything the Yankees could have hoped for in an 8-year deal worth $218 million. This is year 1 one of that deal for Fried, but without Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon has stepped up and pitched well for New York, but this guy has really anchored the rotation.
Massive, and so not being able to land Juan Soto was a blessing, especially the ads that they had, but he's been absolutely outstanding in the Yankee uniform thus far, and again, a big game hunter, a lot like Garrett Cole. When the lights are brightest, he continues to step up, and Aaron Boone talked about it. He's got a chance to see him from across the diamond with the Atlanta Braves, and he was like, man, this is going to be a tough matchup. So he's happy to see this man in the Yankee uniform right now.
You know, in high school, Max Fried wore number 32 as a tribute to Sandy Koufax, but it was a different Dodger that taught him the curveball. There's a bouncing ball off the bat of Conforto as Volpe makes the play. It was actually Reggie Smith, the all-star outfielder, that taught Max Fried how to throw his curveball. And instead of becoming a Dodger legend, well, Max Fried is going up with the Yankee legends right now for the lowest ERA in his first 11 starts at the franchise.
Well, you know I love to talk about whooper dupers, and what I mean by that is big-time breaking ball. And you see Max Fried, who has a big-time breaking ball, but he's actually gone to the more of the four-seam and the sinker variety, the slider, and using the breaking ball less for it to be more impactful.
Reggie Smith has a lot of baseball academy in the area, and Max Fried went to those camps, and Reggie taught him how to throw the curveball. It worked, as Max Fried went to Harvard Westlake and became the number 7 overall pick in the draft in 2012. He was drafted by San Diego, and then later was traded to Atlanta in that big deal for Justin Upton.
I want to know, who did Harvard Westlake lose to that year? I mean, my goodness. I mean, you got future big leaguers. You only get 2 high school games a week. You got 3 starters. I mean, it's a heck of a rotation, Harvard Westlake.
Fried and Giolito are the same age. Jack Flaherty 2 years younger, as they all attended Harvard Westlake at the same time. They lost to Valencia.
How about that?
You know, Nordy's on. Rojas flips one foul behind home plate. Don't get nervous. I got you here.
I know you got some range. I know you, Mr. All Illinois and St. Charles High School. I know, Weezy. We got something in store for you in Wrigley. I can't wait when we go to Chicago to see you show some of that range.
California, they get to play baseball 12 months a year. In Illinois, I think we got about 12 weeks worth of summer there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Rojas hits a fly ball to right. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Max Fried. He's allowed just 2 runs through 5, and the Yankees are up by 3. Sit up this season, MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your favorite team gear. The Yankees and Dodgers have shared some players over the years, including man with 500 home runs, Gary Sheffield, and probably the former player that gets referenced more than anyone else on Major League broadcasts, Tommy John. Referenced him earlier when we mentioned Evan Phillips needs the surgery that bears Tommy John's name. Even Babe Ruth, Derek Jeter, you could name whatever player you want. I don't think anybody gets mentioned as often as Tommy John does.
Yeah, sometimes guys need 2 Tommy Johns, unfortunately.
Austin Wells leading off here in the 6th inning. Hit a home run early. There were a lot of home runs early. Each team scored in their first trips to the plate. The Yankees in their first 3, the Dodgers in their first 2, but the game has settled in. The starters have settled in. The way it looked early when the ball was flying out of here, we didn't think we'd see Tony Gonsolin and Max Fried come the 6th inning, but here they are.
Mental toughness and understanding that they can't punt on the game. You have to continue to grind through. That's your job as a starter, to go deep as you can in the ball game and give your club a chance to win the ball game. And so I love the mental toughness by both of these starters right now.
Your StatCast game breakdown powered by Google Cloud. The 4 Yankee homers, the long shot from Judge. Wells, Grisham, and Goldschmidt also sending the ball out. The Yankees carrying a 5-2 lead at the moment. The Dodgers have hit 1 home run. It was a leadoff shot by Shohei. So Luis Garcia has started throwing in the Dodger bullpen. Gonsolin is at 85 pitches and nearing the end of his night.
Gonsolin trying to get Wells to chase that split finger, but they're non-competitive pitches, and so it gives the hitter an advantage.
There's Garcia, the veteran, getting ready. As Wells takes strike 3 call. He's trying to coach ball 4. He's still surprised. Austin Wells in dismay as he's punched out by Jeremy Riak, home plate umpire.
Well, that was the very first split finger that landed on the strike zone, relatively close to the strike zone. Well received by Will Smith, and yeah, caught a little bit of that strike zone, but Wells says, I want my guy to have that too.
Nice pick by Tommy Edman, retiring Vivas.
I apologize, Wayne. It happened so fast that I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. But Tommy Edman, the Swiss Army knife, being able to do that nice little backhand on the short hop, knew he had enough time to gather himself. Love defending at a high level. It's such a weapon.
Might sound silly, but Tony Gonsolin gets one more out here. He'll have completed 6 innings tonight. Peraza takes strike 1. Can you have both a good outing and a poor outing at the same time?
Absolutely, but what it does is, it shows the mental toughness, and it really helps the bullpen, and they're going to show a lot of respect and appreciation that he didn't concede out there. He continued to battle through, even after giving out home run after home run. And it can be embarrassing sometimes on that mound, especially in your home confines, and you're hearing a little bit of the boo birds, but at the same time, he made a good job of making an adjustment, getting a little more rhythm out of the stretch, and all of a sudden, I think it kept him in line to be able to be more consistent in that strike zone.
The ball's 2 strikes on Oswald Peraza as he fouls it off his foot.
See, I think he might have found something. Sometimes you have to struggle, Wayne, to be able to humble yourself and say, hey, what adjustments can I make? Go to the iPad, talk to your pitching coach, talk to your manager, and all of a sudden he made an adjustment to be able to go out of the stretch. He's been better in the strike zone over the last 3 innings.
There's not a lot of hits since Ben Rice singled after Goldschmidt's homer in the 3rd. Here's a chopper towards short. Rojas has that. A tale of 2 outings for Tony Gonsolin. He allowed 4 homers in 3 innings and then rattled off 3 perfect innings. Pitching decisions presented by Sage after Shohei Ohtani homered in the 1st. Max Fried struck him out in the 3rd.
Yeah, he started him off with the cutters, obviously, but he was able to get back into the zone with the fastball down, but he continued to want to attack Shohei with that cutter. A little front hip action locked him up last time, so 1-1 thus far in the battle between Shohei Ohtani and Max Fried.
The battle of the reigning MVPs, a World Series rematch tonight. And Shohei leading off the bottom of the 6th, taking ball 1 from Max Fried. 21 home runs for Ohtani is the majors leader in that category. The 4th MVP award seems in sight. Only Barry Bonds made it to 4 MVP wins, although Bonds ended up with 7. I'll give Shohei time. He's still only 30. 2 balls and no strikes on Ohtani, who is working his way back also to pitching again at some point this year. Possibility that he'll face live hitters again tomorrow. And work at least 1 more innings worth of simulation tomorrow.
He tried to leave Earth right there.
He was trying to put that ball in a flight simulator.
Hit that ball back to Pasadena. Ahead in the count, got the bigger breaking ball.
2 balls and 1 strike on Shohei Ohtani. And Fried behind him now, 3-1. Even with the Yankees 4 homers tonight, the fact that Tony Gonsolin kept the Dodgers in this game means they're in striking distance here. 3rd time through the order against Fried, although this is normally when he's at his best. He has so many weapons. 3 balls and a strike. And Shohei, it's a high fly, right field. Judge is all the way back. He's at the wall. He leaps. It's gone. Number 2 tonight for the spectacular Shohei. Touch first, and then touch a ball.
is truly fun to watch, Wayne. And this is how strong he is. He didn't get all of that baseball. That's why the fly ball was so high. But because of the strength and the bat speed, still strong enough to muscle up another home run. Let me tell you something, Wayne. It's been a World Series type feel today in this ball game. The energy, the crowd has been in it all day long. It's been fun.
Now a 2-run game as Ohtani has hit his second home run tonight. 5 homers allowed by Fried this year, 4 to left-handed batters. Hernandez flips one to right. He has a base hit.
Finally got the cutter. Max Fried was attacking him with that front hit cutter, and all of a sudden got enough barrel. If Aaron Judge at 6'7" can't get that alley-oop, nobody's going to get that one. Shohei had to make sure touch first. It's a big home run and really got the crowd back on his feet and this offense going. And I told you, Wayne, this is not going to be the final, man. Both these offenses can do it.
Max Fried gave up a long, big, towering home run to Shohei Ohtani. Hoping maybe Judge was big enough to bring it back, but he could not.
Wayne, I know that feeling all too well. No, and baseball's such a game of inches, as you know. And you got him to swing through the cutter last time, and Shohei beat him to the spot.
And Shohei now with 22 home runs. He's on pace for 63. Line drive might have gotten off for 3, but it's up the middle into center field. Will Smith has a base hit. Hernandez to second. And the Dodgers aren't stopping after the Shohei home run. First and second, nobody out, down by 2.
Yeah, that ball was laced right up the middle, and it might be a good time for a mound visit because this game is starting to speed up on Max Fried. Almost hit Fried off the leg. Hitting right back up the box, finally got another cutter, and that's what Will Smith has been doing, being able to abbreviate that swing, not get it too big, stay within the center of the field. And now the home crowd starting to get on their feet and start to rock. I got so many of my friends text me, the great legend, the Baltimore legend, Adam Jones is texting me already. What a ball game this is, Train. I knew it was going to be.
Matt Blake, pitching coach for the Yankees. And this World Series rematch. And we can talk about what Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani continue to do to one-up each other. And this was the man that was the MVP in last year's Fall Classic. He stood above the rest. And it's Freddie Freeman against Max Fried with 2 on and nobody out. And a fly ball to left pretty deep. Bellinger goes back, it's over his head, and it's off the wall. Hernandez rounds third and scores. Smith goes to third, and Freddie Freeman bites the Yankees again.
Freddie had a game plan, Wayne. He was looking out over the plate, looking for something to try opposite field, and he got it, and he did not miss it. And how many times have we seen Freddie Freeman with big spots come up with big hits? Now the line keeps rolling with no outs. And so Max Fried is really going to have to navigate this lineup.
15th double for Freeman. Jonathan Loaizaga is ready in the Yankee bullpen, and Aaron Boone will make a pitching change. Night Baseball on Apple TV Plus, presented by Verilux Lenses. With Dontrell Willis and Heidi Watney, I'm Wayne Randazzo. What a sight it is here at Dodger Stadium, where it's been a great battle, and the MVP winners have shined tonight. Not just Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, although they have. Judge has homered. Shohei's gone deep twice. And Paul Goldschmidt's hit a home run tonight. Freddie Freeman now an RBI double. As the Dodgers have the tying and go-ahead runs in scoring position. Here's Andy Paez with the infield in. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch from Jonathan Loaizaga. Finally healthy and throwing hard again for the Yankees.
Yeah, he is such an important weapon down there for Aaron Boone's bullpen. He can close games. He can come in high-leverage situations, especially against the right-handed batter. But that blazing fastball anywhere from 96 to 100 miles an hour.
Much missed all of last year, had that internal brace procedure. Loaizaga has filled a lot of roles in a Yankee uniform. He's just trying to hold tightly here as the Yankees lead has shriveled to 1. Nobody out in the inning. And Max Fried only allowed 3 runs in 5 road starts entering tonight. He's given up 4, and he's on the hook for the 2 on base. Second and third with nobody out in the infield in. Bouncer foul past third. No balls, 2 strikes still on Andy Paez.
Even though Tony Gonsolin had a tough outing, him being able to make that adjustment and start to put up zeros really helped their offense be able to settle in and chip away.
They could be in line for the win if the Dodgers get these 2 runs home. What a turn of events for Gonsolin tonight. As Paez lays off. Tim Hill, left-hander, is now up in the Yankee bullpen. Loaizaga has to face 3 hitters, but Michael Conforto would be due up 4th as Hill gets ready. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's off the corner, 2-2.
Loaizaga likes to get to that slider, especially when he gets it headed. It's a sharp, short slider. Very difficult for the hitter to pick up the spin.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Andy Paez. Loaizaga looking for a strikeout. Bouncing ball, dropped the glove of open in the left field. Smith scores the tying run. Freeman's at third. Past the drawn-in infield. Andy Paez ties the game.
Andy Paez has been on absolute tear over the last 30 games, hitting .300. I think he's made the adjustment. The glove has always been there, but the confidence at the plate is really starting to shine over the last month. Fought off his slider, took a fastball. Loaizaga tries to go back to the fastball, and Paez is all over it and hits it through the hole and gets himself an RBI.
The Dodgers have not had a lead yet tonight. They're 90 feet from their first advantage in this game. And for Yankee fans, well, sweating out a lead that suddenly disappears against the Dodgers has to bring back some nightmares of last October. It's ball 1 to Tommy Edman.
See where you went there, Wayne. I love it. Now the score is 5-5, and so we have a new ball game. Fans on their feet, the intensity continues to rise, and we knew this matchup was going to be like this with 2 heavyweights going toe-to-toe.
It was 5-0 in the middle innings of Game 5 in last year's World Series. The Dodgers took advantage of a poor Yankee defensive inning and stormed back on their way to clinching the World Championship. Tonight, a 5-2 lead has disappeared, and the Dodgers trying to take the lead with Tommy Edman at the plate.
Nice little off speed. Love that call, especially when you're struggling with the fastball. The off speed, you just throw it to the whole entire plate and hopefully get Edman to swing through that, and he did.
Edman hitting .360 with runners in scoring position. Infield back up the middle. As Edman, it's a bouncer to Goldschmidt, who comes home, and now Freeman stuck in a rundown between third and the plate. Freeman running it toward the plate as he is chased down, and a good job by Freeman as Peraza tags him, allowing the runners to move up to second and third.
Veteran leadership in doing the little things correctly, knowing how to play the game the right way, and doing things at doesn't necessarily come up on the back of a baseball card, but still impactful. As soon as he saw that Paul Goldschmidt was going home, he's signaling to the runners, hey, let's advance. I'm going to force them to make a throw, and I'm going to give myself up.
Well, again, the 3-batter rule comes into play, with Kike Hernandez being lifted for a pinch hitter, the left-handed batting Max Muncy. Now Loaisiga has to stay in for one more batter and has to face the lefty here. We take you back to Game 5 of last year's World Series. The Yankee defense contributing heavily to a 5-run lead disappearing.
Yeah, those plays, every single one of those plays, Wayne, they wish they could have them back, especially that one right there. Garrett Cole's understanding the situation. He has to be able to cover first base. You look at Aaron Judge, how sure-handed he is in the outfield. He wants that play back. All of those. And so, in the biggest stage, those moments happen. Those end up being the difference.
Well, first base open. It's an intentional walk to Muncy that will fulfill the 3 batters that Loaisiga needed to face. And with that, Aaron Boone will go to the lefty Tim Hill, with Michael Conforto due up next. The wheels are turning in this World Series rematch. Game 1 locked up in the 6th. Baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org. Follow @playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Russell Martin, who became a catcher in the Dodger organization. How about Darryl Strawberry?
Oh. Love that swing.
Dodgers and Yankees, quite a legacy for these two franchises. They've won the first and second most pennants in Major League history. 41 American League pennants for the Dodgers, 22 in the National League for the Dodgers, 41 for the Yankees in the American League. It has been 12 World Series matchups, including last year. Now getting to play each other every year in the regular season. Michael Conforto takes ball 2. We get to have these classic matchups and this rivalry renewed at least once now every season, which is great.
Yeah, these fan bases are international, and they have a ton of respect for each other, and they know the game very well. And so we talked about it. It's well documented of just the star power on both sides, and really just the standard that each organization has. I mean, the Dodgers have been in 12 consecutive postseasons, second longest active streak. And you know that the mystique about the Yankees on their side as well.
Inside now.
Ball 3 to Michael Conforto held his swing. So now with the game tied, the Dodgers scoring 3 here in the 6th inning. They have the go-ahead run 90 feet away, and the count in Conforto's favor with Tim Hill on the mound. Lefty-lefty matchup, the count 3-1. It's a strike from Hill to make it 3-2.
Good job by Hill by making the adjustment, and I don't mind Conforto taking that pitch. Hill has been throwing the ball, that rising fastball, inner half, the whole at bat. We'll see what he does, 3-2.
He walks him. The go-ahead run is in. Andy Paez scores. It is 6-5 LA.
Michael Conforto looked very comfortable the whole at bat. Tim Hill wanted him to offer at that ball inner half to try to jam him and get that ground ball, and Conforto did not budge one time.
The 4th run of the inning for the Dodgers. And ball 1 to Miguel Rojas, the 9th batter of the inning. That means Shohei is on deck already with 2 home runs under his belt tonight.
Love what Austin Wells did right there. Pitch before he just said calm down and relax. And if you're Rojas, you're trying to look at something elevated so you can drive.
It's a bouncing ball to first. Goldschmidt throws it home. Wells back to first. A double play. Expertly turned by Paul Goldschmidt to get out of the 6th. The Dodgers roll up a 4-run inning. They come back against the Yankees. Shohei started it off with his second home run of the night. And Freddie Freeman yet again bruising the Yankees as the Dodgers go ahead 6-5. Inning-ending double play in the bottom of the 6th, helping the Yankees get out of it. Still within a run after the Dodgers scored 4. A 3-2-3 double play. Don't see those a lot. Started and ended by Goldschmidt.
Yeah, it's all about Goldschmidt not panicking and not rushing the throw and understanding that Wells has enough arm strength to be able to get it back up to him at first base.
The pitcher for the Dodgers is Jack Dreyer, and his first pitch is strike to Grisham. Muncy has stayed in the game to play third base, while Dreyer has come out of nowhere to give the Dodgers a nice lift.
Yeah, he's done a good job. One of the young arms in that bullpen has earned his trust with Dave Roberts and company in big situations.
Signed as an undrafted free agent, as you see Muncy now at third base. Dreyer has not given up a home run yet in the big leagues, and he's impressed his manager, Dave Roberts, that's for sure. Skips this one in there. 2 balls and 1 strike on Grisham with Aaron Judge behind him.
Grisham's going to do whatever he can to try to just set the table for the big man behind him. And if you're Dreyer, this is a very important at bat, but you got to be careful throwing that four-seam fastball, because I said early in the ball game, Grisham already homered. He doesn't come off that fastball.
Swings through it here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dreyer has pitched in 29 2/3 innings, has 31 strikeouts, no home runs allowed. He's been started a few games for the Dodgers this year. A 26-year-old rookie getting a big opportunity on a giant stage tonight in a 1-run game. Grisham with a pop-up. Muncy's chasing it. Foul ground. It's Conforto over 2, but no play. Top of the order due up for the Yankees here. It feels like we haven't seen the last of the fireworks tonight.
These type of matchups bring the best out of both sides, and so you're already seeing either side trade jabs in big situations.
Beautiful breaking ball from Dreyer to strike out Grisham.
Haven't used it in 2 days, but that's the duper right there, the whooper duper, and he wanted to get to that pitch. Big time breaking ball, even though it was up, and Grisham had to lock up and hope that it was a ball, and it stayed up and it dropped right down in the strike zone.
Well, Aaron Judge started the festivities tonight with a 1-out home run in the top of the 1st.
And touch that rosin bag.
Shohei Ohtani answered the call. He homered in the bottom of the 1st and then again in the 6th innings. Now Shohei's got 2. Judge has 1, and it's Aaron Judge's turn to strike back. And he strikes one fair down the left field line over Muncy and into the corner. Judge heading for second base as Conforto will throw it toward third, and it's a rocket of a double from Aaron Judge.
I'm not going to lie, Wayne, I thought Dreyer got away with one in that first little slider. That's a mistake right there. You can't miss the Aaron Judge, especially in the heart of the plate. And the only thing that saved him to keep that ball in the ballpark is that he hit the top half of that baseball to cause top spin, not allowing him to really elevate that baseball, but you cannot make that mistake in that part of the zone.
110 miles an hour off the bat of Judge. He rips the double. Now the tying run at second for Bellinger takes a big hack and comes up empty.
Bellinger so far has a reverse split to where he covers the lefties a little bit better than the right-handed pitchers, so you saw him very aggressive early in the count.
Really shortened up his swing since leaving the Dodgers and strike out as much as he used to. And you're right, he's been better against lefties too. 4 balls and 1 strike. He walked earlier. Tony Gonsolin ended up with 6 innings, allowing 4 home runs in the first 3. Then he pitched 3 perfect innings. He's in line for the win now, although it's not going to be an easy one to lock down in a 1-run game. Already the tying run at second. See Bellinger's numbers this year against lefties pretty good. Nice pitch by Dreyer. Got the call in the corner. It's 1-2.
Excellent pitch. I think this is the adjustment that Cody Bellinger, especially when he's behind in the count, he's able to shorten that swing and try to poke that type of pitch to the left side.
Judge at second base. Yankees down by a run in the 7th. And Bellinger with a fly ball to left center field. Paez moves over and in position to make the catch. 2 down.
Belly felt like he missed that pitch. That's too good of a pitch, especially from Dreyer. You're ahead in the count. Caught too much of the plate. He felt like he should have pulled that. He allowed the baseball to travel deep, and that's why he hit a soft fly ball to the left side. Because that breaking ball is middle, you've got to be able to charge it and try to pull it.
Now Dave Roberts rolling the dice a bit. Well, he's not going to roll it, actually. Just came out a bit late to go get his pitcher. Paul Goldschmidt's hitting .540 against left-handed pitching. So Dave Roberts will bring the right-hander into the game to face him. Ben Kasparius will face Goldschmidt.
We all now know Juan Soto turned down the Yankees' reported offer of $760 million to go to the Mets for $765 million. But the Yankees did a quick shuffle of their own, pivoting to 4 players that provide more depth to their roster, signing tonight's starter Max Fried and Paul Goldschmidt, and acquiring Cody Bellinger and Devin Williams in trades, committing nearly $320 million in salary to those 4 players within just a few weeks of losing out on Soto. And while Williams is still finding his footing in the Bronx, the other 3 have seen huge success in pinstripes. Wayne.
Well, plan B that has been pretty effective for Brian Cashman and the Yankees. Juan Soto signed with the Mets, and all these other players have gotten on board and done pretty well in the first 2 months as Yankees, including Paul Goldschmidt. You mentioned his absolute tormenting of left-handed pitching. Dave Roberts couldn't let Dreyer face Goldschmidt with the tying run at second, so it's Ben Kasparius, another pitcher with relative inexperience that's done a really nice job out of the Dodger bullpen.
Yeah, he's the other part of the young gun arms they have down there that's really earned Dave Roberts' trust in high-level situations. The fastball can play anywhere from 95 to 99 miles an hour. Already trying to start Goldschmidt off with some sliders and missed, and so now he's behind in the count.
It's outside.
3 balls, no strikes. Ben Rice, left-handed batter on deck. Goldschmidt just wearing out lefties, hitting .542. Normally he'll lead off in games started by left-handers. The Dodgers do not have any lefties due to start in this series. As Goldschmidt takes a strike, and it's 3-1.
Tell you what, the way that Ben Rice has been hitting that baseball, I might make the decision, even though Goldschmidt has been outstanding this year, to try to attack him.
It's 3-1 on Goldschmidt with 2 outs and Judge at second. And a ground ball toward the middle, handled by Miguel Rojas. The young Dodger arms get it done. Dreyer and Kasparius combined for a scoreless inning. Shohei Ohtani will lead it off after the 7th inning stretch. The 21st time in his career, Shohei Ohtani has a multi-home run game.
Yeah, continues to get his foot down, and it doesn't matter if it's on the pull side or the opposite field side. When you elevate, he celebrates.
He's only had 1 game in his career where he has had 3 home runs in a game, and it was the historic 50-50 night in Miami last year. Ooh. He was thinking about the hat trick right there. Shohei went 6 for 6 with 3 homers and 10 RBIs the night he reached 50-50. Tonight he's reached another Dodger record, 15 home runs in the month of May. He ties Duke Snider and Pedro Guerrero for the most home runs by any Dodger in any month. Off the end of his bat here, he pops it up, shallow left center. Volpe's going out to try to get it and makes the catch. What a play by Volpe.
Volpe showing that Derek Jeter-esque range, being able, and that's a tough angle, especially where they started defensively on the infield, and all of a sudden, over his shoulder catch. Understands that the outfielders are bearing down on him, but aggressively took that ball. Outstanding defensive play by Volpe.
Shohei breaks his bat as he pops out. Tim Hill will head to the exit as the Yankees go back to their bullpen. We'll see Yeri De Los Santos in just a moment. TV Plus presented by Verilux Lenses. With the D-Train, Dontrell Willis and Heidi Watney, I'm Wayne Randazzo. We're at beautiful Dodger Stadium tonight in Los Angeles for this World Series rematch. Quite possibly a World Series preview in 2025 as Teoscar Hernandez looks at a strike from Yeri De Los Santos. It was a 5-game World Series last year, but an entertaining one. Had some incredible, iconic moments, including the Freeman Grand Slam. A big Dodger comeback in Game 5. As Hernandez bounces one over to third. A long throw across, picked out by Goldschmidt. As Peraza retires Teoscar Hernandez. 2 outs in the inning. 12th time that the Yankees and Dodgers have played in the World Series. The 4th time since the Dodgers moved to California. They've split those 4 World Series. And when they were in New York together, the Yankees had the edge over the Brooklyn Dodgers. Will Smith will be the batter here, but I asked both managers before the game today, a regular season series, does it have a lot to gain for these two teams? Do you think about these kinds of games differently in the regular season? Both managers said that they welcome it because in the long season, 6 months, it can be a grind, and these kinds of things along the road really bring a different kind of boost of energy for these ball clubs.
1,000%. You want to see where you're at in certain parts of the season, and you want to go up against the best, and you want to see basically a litmus test of this is going to be a ball club we can see when the chips are all on the line. And so, absolutely, it's a grueling season. It's 6 months, but when you have a matchup like this, it's important.
Little looper falls in off the bat of Will Smith, his second hit tonight. A guy with a .457 on base percentage coming in. Well, it's going up. He's 2 for 4.
He's outstanding, man. He continues to be the quiet, unsung hero, does all the dirty work. But just the offensive ability, the thump is there. Really making adjustments mid-at-bat. He sees a guy with a sinker, all of a sudden he's not trying to hit the ball to the pull side, and that's one reason why he got a base hit like that. So it's going to look like his $100 million contract is going to be a steal year after year.
There's Freeman. Big cut as he fouls it off.
Freddie just never looks off balance. He looks like he's on everything.
Hitting .365, which leads the National League. Judge is ahead in the American League. It's 0-2 on Freeman.
De Los Santos, excellent sequence. He threw the changeup. Freddie looked like he was on it. They went back to the fastball with a little giddy up. Good velocity at the top of the zone.
Last year, the World Series, the first time since 1981, these two franchises matched up. They did play back-to-back a few times, 1977 and 78 the last time. 1955 when the Brooklyn Dodgers finally did it and beat the Yankees. And that was 1956 the next year when Don Larson threw his perfect game and the Yankees exacted revenge. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Freddie Freeman. And not only are these two teams chasing the potential for a World Series rematch, the Dodgers are trying to repeat something that hasn't been done since the Yankees did it in the late 90s and early 2000s. Freeman inside outs one fair down the left field line. It bounces to the corner, and Will Smith's taking off for third. He'll be held there as Bellinger gets it in. Freeman has his second double tonight.
Excellent situational hitting by Freddie Freeman. He understood that De Los Santos wanted to get back to that changeup, down and away. This is actually an excellent pitch down in the zone, but Freddie Freeman allows it to travel very deep. Gives a golf-like swing to the opposite field. But that's why Freddie Freeman's going to be a Hall of Famer, man, because line to line, he feels like he can hit base hits. And Juan Pierre told me this line once. If you see a guy hitting 300, I'll show you a guy that uses the whole field. And Freddie Freeman, his whole career, has used the whole field, as you can see.
Well, the hits keep coming for Freddie Freeman. He has more than anybody as far as active players are concerned in his career. He's got a shot long term at 3,000 if he plays long enough. But he is still excellent. Multi-hit games now in 4 of his last 5. He has 3 tonight. Dodgers are trying to get a little breathing room late in this game.
Well, one thing's for sure, Wayne, they still have not figured out Freddie Freeman from the World Series to now.
Dodgers hit 7 homers in the Fall Classic last year, 4 of them off the bat of Freeman. He drove in 12 runs, tying a World Series record set by a Yankee in 1960, Bobby Richardson. And now Pages lines one to center, a base hit. Insurance runs for the Dodgers. Smith scores. Play at the plate on Freeman. He is safe.
Wells feels like it was close and they could make a case to challenge it. Nice piece of hitting by Andy Paez. That's his nitro zone down. Hits the ball right back up the box, and Freddie Freeman is hustling out of the box. Excellent throw by Grisham. Great deke by Goldschmidt. And the tag was bang, bang, but it looked like Freddie got his leg right under the tag. Great baseball all around.
The Yankees will challenge the play at the plate. Replay review powered by Zoom. We get a look. Freeman, bad ankle and all, hustling around trying to score.
Wow.
Jeremy Riak, the home plate umpire, was right on top of it. And it looks like he got it right.
Excellent athleticism by Freddie Freeman, understanding he had to get down low. And how many times we've seen, Wayne, someone sliding and all of a sudden that front foot pops up and allows the catcher to be able to tag him. He made sure he kept that front foot down and under the glove.
This holds up. It'll be 3 RBIs tonight for Paez.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe. New York will lose its challenge.
The Dodgers lead it 8-5 as Freeman hustles home and gets his foot in.
The throw beat him, Wayne. And Wells did the right job, gave Freddie Freeman a lane to slide, tries to apply the tag, but Freddie Freeman just beat him to the spot. See how that foot stayed down, Wayne? Textbook.
Here's Tommy Edman. Switch hitter De Los Santos stays in to face Edman. The lefty Muncy on deck. And Brent Hedrick, a left-hander, warming up in the Yankee bullpen. 8-5. First time the Yankees have allowed even 6 runs in a game since May 10th. They gave up 11 in that game to the A's. Dodgers have posted 8 runs on 12 hits in a game started by Max Fried.
Both these fan bases have been going at it all day. I've been in downtown early this morning. I saw fan bases going at it as far as the argument about who's the better team and looking forward to the matchup. And so you knew coming into this ballpark the intensity was going to be around and the matchup is going to be favorable.
The series will continue tomorrow with Landon Knack facing Will Warren. Sunday evening, Yoshinobu Yamamoto has been outstanding. He's been the Dodgers' best pitcher, whereas Fried has been for the Yankees. Yamamoto will pitch Sunday for Los Angeles. Yankees have not listed a starter yet for Sunday. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tommy Edman. Runner going as Edman fouls one off.
Excellent jump by Andy Paez. Los Santos trying to just focus on just being able to make one more pitch to stop the bleeding. Get the Yankee offense back in the dugout.
Huge crowd sellout here tonight, making a lot of noise. 6 runs in the last 2 innings for the Dodger offense. 4 in the 6th inning, 2 in the 7th. Shohei Ohtani has hit 2 home runs tonight. Fouls one off. The Dodgers are on pace to draw 4 million fans into Dodger Stadium this year.
They're outstanding with the giveaways, the promotions, making it feel like everybody's one big happy family, no matter what background you come from. And so I'm used to seeing this from Shohei Bobblehead night or Hello Kitty night. It doesn't matter. There's going to be 50,000 people here.
Edman with a ground ball. It's bobbled. Peraza throws to first. Too late. The Yankee defense has only made 2 errors in the last 16 games. Against the Dodgers, it's an E5 to continue this inning. And Aaron Boone will go back to his bullpen.
Yeah, he just got caught in between Hotley and Peraza, and he knew he had enough arm strength, but Tommy Edman was hustling out of the box from the get.
4 straight Dodgers reach with 2 outs. 2 have scored. It's 8-5 here in the 7th. Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV Plus, presented by Verilux Lenses. With Dontrell Willis and Heidi Watney, I'm Wayne Randazzo at Dodger Stadium tonight. It's the first of this 3-game series in a World Series rematch between the Dodgers and the Yankees. And Max Muncy with a drive to right, hooks it foul. Muncy facing the lefty Brent Hendrick, the new pitcher for New York. Making his 6th appearance this year. He has not given up much yet. Rob Lowe directing his own show over there. 0-2 on Muncy. Dodgers have had 12 men reach base in the last 2 innings, 8 hits, couple of walks, an error. And Muncy fouling one off. The count still 0-2. 5-2 deficit for the Dodgers has turned into an 8-5 lead.
What did I tell you earlier in the ball game, Wayne? These offenses are high-powered, and a lot of these offenses in Major League Baseball are constructed to have to go toe-to-toe with the Dodgers' depth.
Cue shot foul from Muncy, still 0-2.
I mean, they really haven't even got Max Muncy going. I mean, you imagine the type of depth they will have and trusted power once they get him. Usually he hits about 5th or 6th in the lineup, depending on how he's hitting, but very important piece, especially the way that he gets on base and drives runners in the postseason.
0-2 on Muncy. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 97 on that fastball from Brent Hendrick to end the inning. Dodgers get 2 more and they lead 8-5. Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV Plus is presented by Essilor. Learn more about Verilux XR series and find your local Essilor expert today at Essilor.com. And brought you in part by Nutrafol, the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand. At Dodger Stadium tonight, it's been 6 runs in the last 2 innings, turning things around in this Yankee-Dodger battle. The first in this World Series rematch. As Ben Rice takes ball 1, leading off the 8th inning against Ben Kasparias, who combined to work a scoreless 7th with Jack Dreyer. The Yankees have not scored since Paul Goldschmidt hit a home run to lead off the 3rd inning. At that point, the 4th Yankee home run in the first 3 innings of the game. They had a 5-2 lead, and they have not scored since then. The Dodgers have roared back. Well, it's easy to point to the last time these two teams played, when the Yankee defense allowed a 5-0 deficit to go away.
New year, new day, but same result when you don't play clean baseball. And so, but you know, you got to tip your cap to the Dodger lineup, being able to chip away from Max Fried. This is one of the best arms, if not the best left-handed arm in all of baseball. So for him to be able to do that and knock him out of the game, big play. But awesome job being able to get on base right there. They need to be able to mount a fight if you're the Yankee offense, especially in the bottom of the lineup. Allow them to be able to get some at-bats, to be able to turn over the lineup so they can get their big boppers at the top of the lineup one more chance.
And we assume Tanner Scott will close for the Dodgers tonight, but it's been a bumpy road for Scott lately. A leadoff walk puts Rice on base, and here's Volpe. The Dodgers used Walker Buehler to finish out the World Series last year, as Dave Roberts needed to find any way he could to get those 27 outs in Game 5 of the World Series. It's Tanner Scott now warming up in the Dodger bullpen in the 8th inning. I imagine it's because those Yankee top of the order bats are starting to loom.
Yeah, well, that's one of those situations where you cannot hide. You're such an important piece, and so Dave Roberts is going to continue to lean on his high leverage guys, especially when they have a lead like this late.
Volpe pops this one up. It's Tommy Edman over. It's Hernandez in, but it's Edman making the catch. 1 out. Here's Heidi.
Well, Dave Roberts thinks that the adversity the Dodgers have had this year with the injuries, specifically to the pitching, as you've mentioned, and with the division being such a tight race, he thinks that's good for the team. He doesn't need to manufacture any urgency to motivate the players. They've got the Padres, Giants, even the D-backs on their heels. But he also said winning the division is important. He said to accomplish what they want to, which is a World Series, of course, winning the division can set you up for success against the argument of just getting a wild card berth and going on a run, Wayne.
Certainly is going to be a tougher part of the schedule. Even the Cardinals have become a playoff hopeful with a great month of May. So the Mets come here next. A lot of Padre games looming in a few weeks. So it will be a interesting ride here for the Dodgers. Austin Wells chases out of the strike zone, and it's 0-2. Padres and Giants both won tonight. The Dodgers are up in the National League West with those two teams, both really good teams, right on their heels.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun race. I mean, no matter what, especially if multiple teams stay healthy, especially with their key guys, I believe it's going to be a race all the way down to the wire in the NL West.
0-2 on Wells.
Oh, no.
The Dodgers really haven't stayed healthy yet. They've stayed atop the division. Look at Scott. You know, that bullpen was supposed to feature a lot more closer-like arms, and really Scott's the only one out there right now.
Yeah, Blake Triton is down. Talked about Evan Phillips lost for the season.
Kirby Yates got hurt recently. Kopech's been out. That's the 3 call to Wells. Kasparias bends the curveball over the outside corner.
Yeah, Austin Wells didn't like the last time he struck out.
Now Vivas will be pulled back for a pinch hitter.
Yeah, the big breaking ball, but Will Smith did an outstanding job receiving that and keeping it on the plate.
It's going to be Jason Dominguez to bat for Vivas here.
Number 24, Jason Dominguez.
Switch hitter, a young player that guy they call the Martian, as Mark Pryor heads to the mound here to give Kasparius the scouting report on Dominguez. Now, Dominguez has been a lot better left-handed than right-handed, but doesn't look like the Dodgers want to go to Tanner Scott until the top of the Yankee order comes out.
And they also want to give a chance at Tanner Scott to get a clean inning, especially when you've been struggling. Definitely difficult with inherited runners. And they also feel like Ben Kasparius can get through, especially the bottom of the lineup with the game intact. And so all this mound visit is right now is this being able to go over the scouting report, where the cold zones are, where the nitro zones are, and really just settling in and getting a young man to focus.
Well, you guys were talking about it. Dodgers president Andrew Freeman said the state of their pitching is like a game of whack-a-mole. Something new always popping up. With 14 pitchers on the IL, it's a wonder the team isn't pushing Shohei Ohtani to come back to the mound sooner. He's going to face live hitters for the second time tomorrow, but don't expect him back before the All-Star break, guys.
Well, the only reason not to push him is because he's the MVP and the top of their order. Here is Dominguez taking ball one. I mean, on one hand, yeah, you want Shohei to pitch. On the other, you don't want him risking what he does offensively.
No, because if you lose him now, really that puts a dent on your offense. And so with him in the lineup, being quote-unquote one-dimensional, if you will, he still propels them as one of the better teams in the National League. But if you lose him offensively and off the mound, ooh, that's tough sledding.
1 ball, 1 strike on Dominguez batting for Vivas. The Yankees looking for a late rally, down 8-5. As a chopper past Freeman into right field, a base hit. Rice makes his way to third. Dominguez comes off the bench, and he'll bring the tying run to the plate with 2 outs here in the 8th.
Dominguez strong enough to be able to muscle that ball through the hole. This ball's a cutter down, swings on top of it, but the bat speed and the strength getting it right past a diving Freddie Freeman. As soon as that ball's passing to the outfield, Rice looks to his right and did not break stride, getting over the way to third base.
Now the Yankees will go back to their bench. Another left-handed bat, J.C. Escarra, will hit for Peraza. So now if Dave Roberts wants to bring Scott into this game, we might see another move behind that. DJ LeMahieu is on the bench, possibly behind Escarra. So Dave Roberts will have to decide here if he wants Scott to face likely LeMahieu or just let Kasparius go up against the 30-year-old rookie Escarra. And here comes Dave Roberts. So Tanner Scott will be brought into this game potentially for a 4-out save. It's been bumpy for Scott lately in the tying runs at the plate for New York. Highlighted by 3 big games tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern. NYCFC takes on Nashville. Then Lionel Messi and Inter Miami host Columbus at 7:30 on the West Coast. It is the Galaxy against Real Salt Lake. Catch all the action on MLS Season Pass. Tanner Scott has had a rough few outings lately, and it was on Wednesday against the Guardians when Scott really struggled.
Yeah, lack of command, and to me, the body language, just lack of trust. The sharpness is not there, especially from high-leverage guys. You know, Alex Dessy has been giving up a ton of home runs. Majority of his runs that he's given up is via the home run. Tanner Scott just doesn't have the command to the arm side that he needs to open up everything, but you can't hide in that bullpen, and both of those arms are important if they want to win it again.
Tanner Scott got the big contract in the offseason. As DJ LeMahieu takes a big hack at the first pitch, he fouls it off.
Man, that's the slider I don't like because it never gets off the barrel. Even though the hitter can be hunting the fastball, because of how hard he throws that slider, it's almost like a cement mixer if it doesn't have the depth change down.
There's a fly ball, shallow center field. Pages is coming in. He's there. He makes the catch. DJ LeMahieu flies out. Tanner Scott gets through the 8th. The Dodgers still lead by 3. It's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. The Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. It is Lou Gehrig's day coming up on Monday, June 2nd. Major League Baseball will rally around ALS awareness. There's a liner caught by the current Yankee first baseman Paul Goldschmidt as Conforto lines out. DJ LeMahieu stays in the game to play second base. After he popped out to end the top of the 8th, Yankees left a couple of men on base. Pablo Reyes now in at third base. The top of the 9th, the Yankees will have the top of their order up. Grisham, Judge, and Bellinger, with Tanner Scott getting the last out in the 8th inning. Alex Vesia has started throwing in the Dodger bullpen, maybe to get ready for the 9th inning. We'll see if Dave Roberts sends Scott back out to get the last 3 outs or not.
Could be a situation where they just wanted to see Tanner Scott get out of a high leverage situation, try to restore some confidence back in him.
4 or 5 years ago, that slider to LeMahieu might have been trouble.
Man, listen. You heard me gasp right there. I thought I was back on the mound again. I'm throwing a lot of those where I'm like, man, let me touch this rosin bag a little bit better, get that grip.
It's been a real battle for LeMahieu just to get on the field the last few years. And he's not the player that he was.
Yeah, 2 batting titles. Really just a stalemate at the top of the lineup for the Yankees, but injuries have derailed that, but still a presence in that locker room. And thought it was a good job of Aaron Boone deploying him, and you're seeing this the mystique of both sides of the managers being able to deploy who they want to for matchups.
Tapper gives Volpe a chance to throw out Rojas. 2 outs. Shohei Ohtani will bat here in the 8th. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. The 2 homers off the bat of Ohtani tonight.
Yeah, the first one 105, the second one 112, but I've never seen a baseball hit so high in the 6th inning. I didn't think he had a chance, and all of a sudden I look at Aaron Judge and he's looking at the wall and he runs out of real estate, but that just shows this bat speed and really the power of Shohei Ohtani.
He's hit 15 home runs in the month of May. And tomorrow, or even right now, he'll have a chance to set the all-time Dodger record for the most homers in any month. He has reached 15 to tie Duke Snider and Pedro Guerrero. 1 ball, 1 strike on Shohei. 2 solo home runs tonight. He started this one off with a bang after Aaron Judge hit a massive shot 446 feet in the top of the 1st. Shohei had the immediate answer. He's added 1 more since then. Hedrick brushes him back.
Fastball that just got away. They wanted that fastball down and away, and sometimes because you rush out of your mechanics, can't catch up.
It's a high pop-up from Shohei. Pablo Reyes will wait for it to fall out of the sky and makes the catch for the 2nd out, for the 3rd out here in the 8th inning. So we go to the 9th. It is an 8-5 Dodger lead, and the Yankees will have the top of their order due up in the top of the 9th. Now the 2 MVPs, the 2 brightest stars on the ball field tonight, have delivered in a big way here. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani homering in the 1st inning. Judge with a great diving catch to rob Teoscar Hernandez of a base hit. And Shohei with his 2nd home run of the night.
Well, they did not disappoint us, making their impact to this matchup when we knew coming in, not only offensively, but you saw from Aaron Judge being a present defensively, and they have 1 more chance to mount a fight at the top of the lineup up right now.
And against a guy who's become a real venerable reliever in this Dodger bullpen, Alex Vesia, in his 5th season with the Dodgers. He has 9 career saves. 5 of them came last year. He has 1 this year. Trying to get it done against the top of the Yankee order here with a 3-run lead. It's Trent Grisham leading off, and a line drive base hit starts the 9th for the Yankees.
Like I said earlier in the ball game, Grisham never comes off that straight four-seam fastball. He's always ready to hit that, and so very difficult matchup for Vesia to try to establish himself.
One problem for Vesia this year has been the home run. He's allowed 7 home runs in just 24 innings this year. Here's Aaron Judge, who homered earlier. Ball 1 from Vesia. Bellinger and Goldschmidt follow. Tanner Scott was brought in to face one batter in the 8th inning to get out of a jam. DJ LeMahieu popped out. Scott not allowed to go back out for the 9th inning. It's Vesia for the save. And it's Judge hitting a pop-up to shallow right. It's Kim, who just entered the game, chasing after it, calling for it, and making the catch. He might have stepped on Teoscar Hernandez, but it ends up being an out on Judge. The first out here in the 9th inning.
And a very big out, no pun intended. And I love that Kim was aggressive. He understood the situation that they got to be able to come up with this ball. Excellent cutter, inner half to tie up Judge. Judge just missing that baseball. But it seems like every time he gets a swing in that pass, man, he seems like he has a chance to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Now it's Bellinger taking ball 1. Is this any sort of signal to you that Dave Roberts might think the 9th inning a little bit differently since Scott got the last out in the 8th?
1,000%. It's going to be about matchups, and not only Tanner Scott, but he wants to give some confidence to Alex Vesia in a big situation too as well. And so the rotation's job is to be able to shorten the ball game, but he has some critical weapons down there that are healthy that he needs to lean on, especially in this tough stretch.
Vesia certainly battle-tested in his postseason career, a 1.23 ERA.
That's one thing about Alex Vesia. He's not going to run from the smoke. He takes the ball in high-leverage situations.
On ball 1 strike on Cody Bellinger. It's 2-1. Vesia threw 2 2/3 scoreless innings in last year's World Series. Said it was extra special to him because his dad was a longtime Yankee fan. Well, Cody Bellinger's dad was a Yankee. Now he is too. He's got a chance to do something special in his old ballpark. Trying to get the Yankees back in the 9th inning. He fouls one off, and it's 2-2.
Good fastball finally down by Vesia, and good pass by Belly trying to lift and separate. At this point in the ball game, you've seen a couple pitches, intense cat and mouse game of who can execute what.
2-2 on Bellinger with Goldschmidt next. And a fly ball, center field hit pretty well. Edmonds going back for it, still going out near the wall, makes the catch. Grisham returns to first. Bellinger gave it a ride, but Tommy Edman now in center field tracked it down.
You know what? We can't talk about it enough, Wayne, of how someone can come from the infield and all of a sudden the ball finds you, and it's very difficult for outfielders when the ball is directly over you. He turns the wrong way, but athletically turns the right way to get behind the baseball, looks to see where the wall is. Very big out.
Mentioned it earlier, Paul Goldschmidt hitting .542 against left-handed pitching, facing Vesia here with 2 outs. Runner taking second, Grisham on defensive indifference. Ben Rice would bat as the tying run if Goldschmidt can keep this game going. That's a strike. The Yankees haven't scored since Goldschmidt led off the 3rd inning with a home run. They were up 5-2 at that point. The Dodgers with 4 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Now 1 out away from taking the opener in this World Series rematch. And a liner right to third. Muncy has it. And the Los Angeles Dodgers, like they did in 4 out of 5 in last year's World Series, have defeated the Yankees. Another comeback, an 8-5 win on a night where Shohei hit 2 home runs. The Dodgers take round 1 in this World Series rematch.
Well, the fireworks showed up on both sides of the ball game, but you saw the resiliency of the Dodger lineup. And really give credit to Tony Gonsolin. He made an adjustment on the mound, stopped the bleeding, was able to allow their offense to chip away against Max Fried, one of the best left-handers, if not the best left-hander in all of baseball. So a really big win to be able to set the tone for the series.
Yankees still with a comfortable lead in the American League East. Unchanged by tonight. The Dodgers trying to hold off the Padres and Giants. A long way to go in the National League West. But when you wanted to see the Stars perform tonight, boy, did they.
This was fun, Wayne. We were excited for this matchup. It was buzz around this stadium. We talked about how excited we were for the matchup, and it did not disappoint from start to finish. This is postseason baseball in the middle of the season. Good job by both sides.
It all felt like a big fight tonight. The big blows were landed early by both Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. They each homered in the first inning tonight. It was the Dodgers in the middle innings, like in Game 5 last year, able to get the runs they needed to come back after it was 5-0 Yankees in last year's Game 5, 5-2 tonight. The Dodgers roared back for an 8-5 win. Shohei, a big reason for it. And he's standing by with Heidi Watney.
Yeah, here with Shohei Ohtani and his translator, Will Ireton. Thank you, Will. Aaron Judge hits a home run. Your first at bat, first pitch, you go deep. How much fun going toe to toe with another MVP?
ジャッジがホームラン打って、その後初打席で初球ホームラン打って、お互い MVP がこうやって打ち合うっていうのは楽しいですか？
そうです。もちろん両チームにとっていいスタートにはなったと思うので、試合全体通して本当にいいゲームだったなというか、勝ち負けはもちろんはっきりしますけど、全体通して両チームとも素晴らしいゲームだったなと思います。
It was a really good start to the game. You know, it was a back and forth between two really good teams, and I'm glad that we came out at the top.
You have been especially dialed in since your daughter was born. 2 home runs tonight. You have some extra dad strength in there?
2打席、ホームラン打って、父親のパワーっていうのが何か出てきてるんですかね。
そうですね、生活のリズムにはもちろん慣れてはきてますけど、まだシーズンも半分もいってないので、一戦一戦本当に大事にしながら、また明日切り替えて連勝できるように頑張りたいなと思います。
I feel like I have a pretty good rhythm with my new lifestyle, but you know, we're still really not even in the middle part of the season, so I'm just really focused on one game at a time.
You continue your assault on the record books, constantly setting new marks. Are you sure you want to come back to the mound and pitch? Because offensively, you're so locked in.
もうすごいバッティング調子よくて、もう本当にピッチングに戻りたいんですかねと。
明日ライブある予定なので、ゲームがもう終わってますし、今はもう明日のライブ BP に向けてしっかりコンディションを整えたいなと思ってます。
I have a live BP that I'm going to pitch in, so I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really switching my gear and focus on that for tomorrow.
What is your timeline for your return? When can we expect you back on a mound?
いつ戻ってきますか？
マンドゥルに聞いてくれれば僕はちょっとわからないので GM に聞いてください。
If you could ask Andrew Freeman, he would probably know.
How much fun are you having with this Dodgers team?
このドジャースのチームどのぐらい楽しんでますかと今の。
もちろん去年優勝できましたし、また連覇に向けて今年もみんな高い目標を持って頑張っているので、それに刺激されて自分自身もいいパフォーマンスが出ているのかなと思います。
We won a championship last year, and that's our goal this year again. So I'm really having a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Shohei. Arigato.
ありがとうございました。
Shohei Ohtani, 2 home runs tonight. The Dodgers with another comeback win against the Yankees. 8-5 the final here at the Ravine tonight. We will be back to wrap things up from Los Angeles.